What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again to talk about the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Both teams, they're behind the curve right now, being that they went so deep into the playoffs. Both teams dealing with coaching changes, dealing with players declaring for the draft and entering the transfer portal. Ohio State coming off a national championship winning season. Congratulations to them once again. But Ohio State lost a big piece of their coaching staff on today. Defensive coordinator Jim Knowles, who's taken over the defensive coordinator at Penn State, a conference rival. Okay, Penn State, their defense was not bad by any means this past season. Not by any means. I think Penn State defense was top 15. All right, but again, Ohio State defense, they was only giving up about 40 less yards than Penn State's defense. So that should tell you that Penn State defense wasn't bad, because Ohio State had the #1 defense in the country this past season. All right, Jim Knowles, he is a great defensive coordinator. It seems like every defense he touched is a top 5 defense. So, like I said, Ohio State is losing a big piece of their coaching staff. All right, Penn State, they also lost their freaking defensive coordinator after their playoff run. All right, defensive coordinator Tom Allen, he went to Clemson. So I think Clemson might have one of the best defenses in the country also. I'm going to say a top 10 defense with Tom Allen. So, but that remains to be seen. But this ain't about Clemson. This is about these two teams, Ohio State and Penn State. Both of them losing their coordinator, defensive coordinator, and then Penn State taking the coordinator from rival Ohio State. All right. Fresh off a national championship run, the Ohio State Buckeyes defensive coordinator Jim Knowles has accepted the same position at Big Ten rival Penn State. Matt Zenich confirms. Knowles is expected to become the highest paid defensive coordinator in the history of college football, with a salary range averaging $3.1 million over 3 years, according to ESPN's Pete Trammell. Knowles transformed the Buckeyes defense during an impressive 3-year stint. Ohio State ranked top 3 in total defense each of the past 2 seasons, and led the nation by holding opponents to 254.6 yards per game and 4.2 yards per play during their historic championship run in 2024. Prior to Ohio State, Knowles emerged as a standout name at Oklahoma State, where he led the Cowboys to a top 5 national defense and an appearance in the Big 12 championship in 2021. Like I say, this guy is a great defensive coordinator. Now he's taking his talents to Happy Valley. Penn State Nittany Lions. Oh, let's see if he can do with this Penn State defense what he did with Ohio State defense. Okay. As a matter of fact, Oregon's defensive coordinator has emerged as a candidate for the Ohio State job. I don't know much about this guy from Oregon, but hey, it is what it is, man. He's emerged. He goes by the name of what? Shit, I don't know. Let me see what his name is. Chris Hampton, candidate to replace Ohio State Buckeyes DC Jim Knowles. Oregon Ducks co-defense coordinator Chris Hampton is being listed as a candidate for the Ohio State Buckeyes defense coordinator job after Jim Knowles was hired away by the Penn State Nittany Lions. So he was the co-defensive coordinator for Oregon, but he won't be as good as Jim Knowles. I can tell you that right now. He will not be as good as Jim Knowles. So, hey, Oregon did lead. Oregon defense was allowing 316 yards a game under Chris Hampton, but Chris Hampton was the co-defense coordinator, so he wasn't responsible for everything. But I'm going to tell you like this. All these coaching changes, we talk about the players getting money, leaving. Okay, we be all on the players about that, saying they ain't loyal to these teams. Well, guess what? Coaches aren't either. But we don't talk about how coaches can just pick up and leave and go to another program. We don't say they disloyal to their program. We don't say put a cap on their salary like we do when we talk about putting a cap on NIL. All right, so we need to keep the same energy with these coaches. But I don't care where Jim Knowles go. I think he's going to be successful. All right, and I think that this guy, Penn State former defensive coordinator Tom Allen, will be successful at Penn State. Now he got some studs to coach and develop at Ohio State. So this will be one of the best defensive backs in all of college football, Caleb Downs. This will be his third defensive coordinator in 3 years. All right. He had Kevin Steele. He had Jim Knowles. And now he will have another one. All right. Remember, when Nick Saban retired, he left Alabama. Don't know if he'll leave Ohio State because Jim Knowles is leaving for Penn State. I doubt it. But if you do, you can come on back to Alabama because we'll need you. But anyway, just to put that out there. But, yeah, it's a lot of changes going on, man. Like I say, I still think Ohio State will be successful. I think Ryan Day, I believe he's in the transfer portal. I think he can bring in some great pieces once again because Ohio State got the money, you know what I'm saying, to get these players. So another thing came out about Ohio State with Jeremiah Smith, and Jeremiah Smith quickly put that rumor to bed. It was put out that after the fact that he said, hey, he ain't going nowhere. Again, it was about Miami, talking about Miami trying to pay the guy $4.1 million to come play for them. Because guess what? He was thinking about going to Miami before he chose to go to commit to Ohio State. Damn. But anyway, Jeremiah Smith say that ain't going to happen. Miami is throwing money around, but hey, they got Carson Beck, so hey, it is what it is. But we'll see what Jim Knowles do at Penn State. Okay, we'll see who's going to be the next Ohio State's defensive coordinator. See if Ohio State and whoever that next coordinator is can keep them on the right path of being a top 3 defense. Can they once again be a number 1 defense under a new coordinator? Remains to be seen. And also, without Tom Allen going to Clemson, I think Clemson defense going to be really good too. I really do. I think Clemson defense will be a lot better than what it was last season. And right now, Clemson is trending in the right direction. All right. So we'll see what happens with Clemson. But as far as Ohio State, I don't expect them to go nowhere. But tell me what you think about these coaching changes. Ohio State defensive coordinator Jim Knowles going to Penn State. Penn State defensive coordinator going to Clemson, and this guy from Oregon maybe going to Ohio State. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and hey, I'll respond to you. You know, if you agree with it, let me know. If you don't agree with it, let me know. But if these coaches can just up and leave, then hey, why can't the players if it's legal? That's my question. But talk to y'all later. Y'all be blessed. Remember, KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, and roll damn Tide.